Mad Max Radio on the spot here, Mad Max Productions. You know what it is, we're out here, Coney Island. We got this nice mural behind us right now. I'm with my guy, San Jose's own, Prince Mula. What's going on, man? Thanks for coming out here. How's everything going with you?
Yo, it's life, man. Just enjoying life, living life. You know how it goes.
Exactly. Living life. We're out here. We just went to Nathan's, got a quick bite to eat, one of the famous hot dogs, but now we're in interview mode. So get into this sequel to your debut album that you have on the way. I know we've been talking about that, but kind of just get into that because I know you've been working on that for a while. This is a sequel to Cinematic Lifestyle.
Yeah, so the sequel to Cinematic Lifestyle, it's an album. I've been working on it for a long time now, and it's called $1 Million Motives. That album is been in the works, I would even say, for a really long time. Since my last project, Shark City Spitter, when I was recording that mixtape, some of those songs I kept for the album. You know what I mean? And it's the funny thing about the album is like you work on something you love so much, you kind of want to sharpen that sword and keep sharpening it, right? So I just keep adding songs to this project. I could drop it today, but I got so many songs I want to be able to really condense it and really give a perfected project. But it got to the point where I was trying so many new things that I had maybe like 3-4 songs in Spanish on them, right? So me and my manager were chopping it up. He goes, nah, let's cut it. Let's do 2 separate albums. So I got a Spanish album coming first before the follow-up to Cinematic Lifestyle. You know how it goes.
Yeah, you already know. West Coast here. We're in Brooklyn, Coney Island. So talk to me about how we can combine both coasts, because you got an appreciation for East Coast hip hop, boom bap. We were talking about it before. Not everyone your age appreciates, some of the greats that are behind us right now with Rakim, Jay-Z, Biggie, Pun, and DMX. A lot of them aren't here with us anymore, but you appreciate them at your age. What's the best way that we can combine those two sounds, San Jose, West Coast Bay Area sound with the East Coast boom bap?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more about like the people making it, right? Because the art isn't possible without the artists. And those artists have to be able to experience both coasts, So not everyone that is from New York got to live in San Jose. Not everyone from San Jose got to live in New York. But me being able to do that, it's just everywhere I go, I absorb subconsciously. We all do as people, right? We always learn, we always grow. So whoever you're around, whatever you're around, take that, and that is what's being interpreted in my music. So when I drop a boom bap type of song where I'm just making words rhyme and having fun, it's because I'm out in New York. Dropped a drill song, I was out in New York, and you know what? It was fun. That's what I was around. But like you said, it also comes down to appreciation, right? You have to genuinely love the type of music you make, and these greats behind us, I've known them since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
It's not like I just saw this mural and discovered them today. Like I grew up listening to hip hop, so doing your homework is an important way that we can connect the coast, because obviously, there was an East versus West Coast at one point. And then it became, it's not really a thing, and now I feel like there's so much unity in hip hop because, hip hop is such a big genre.
Absolutely.
And every demographic has its own sound. So because of that, I think as listeners, we've learned to appreciate that, and instead of having this coast versus this coast, let everybody have their own style because they're so different. Let it flourish. You know what I mean? And like, it's a beautiful thing, man. Hip hop just makes me smile when I talk about it.
And it unites everybody, all cultures, all walks of life, and we're just going to keep expanding. Speaking of expanding, talk about how you're expanding into the Spanish music scene and wanting to get into that lane because it's really popping right now.
Yeah, I mean, it was more so like, so when I was young, so my first language is Spanish, right? So ever since I was a kid and I've been rapping, people always told me, you should make some music in Spanish. And I was always like, yeah, but like I wanted to be confident in my music in English first before I, started trying new things. And my first album, Cinematic Lifestyle, I actually wrote a song in Spanish. And I never got around to finishing it, but I had it, and the ideas were there. Never put it on the album. When I started working on this one, I went back to that song because I wrote that probably like junior, senior year of high school. And I was like, the idea was there, but I'm not doing this. This beat sounds outdated. My lyrics could be a lot better. I'm just gonna scrap this, But those are things that you learn from. So that foundation's always been there for me. It's just, now obviously reggaeton's a lot more popular now. And when I listen to it, I'm like, I could totally make something not necessarily like this, but take this and interpret it as my own and step into that lane. So that's really what I'm doing right now. I met a lot of dope people in the genre as well, man. Shout out Tony Matthews. We linked up. I was in a music video with him. Hit the studio. Probably gonna do a couple songs for him this summer, like do some features or something. I don't know, like it's just being around different creative people. You get to see, like I said, the artists have their own lives and what they can do. So being around other creatives, whether it's a musician, videographer, whoever it is, right? You get to learn from them. You get to really share games, and that's one of the reasons why I love being here in New York, is because I'm around so many dope people. I get to just constantly have these positive, uplifting conversations that keep you going and motivated and whatever your goals are in life.
Now, coming from the West Coast, what would you say, because I brought up the San Jose and how you combine the Bay Area sound with the East Coast, what's the best old school West Coast, East Coast collaboration? Because I really throw a trick out there when I think of two of America's Most Wanted, because Pac's really from Harlem. He spoke about him really repping Oakland, but he's with Snoop Dogg on the track, and Snoop Dogg's from the West Coast, Long Beach. So would you consider that in your collaboration with the West Coast? Yeah, I don't think so.
You already know me. Tupac is a West Coast artist. He came from Oakland. He said it himself. I'm just, don't shoot the messenger. But
what would you say is that top East Coast, West Coast track?
There's so many, and like I said, the thing about hip hop is it's so expansive. Like there's so many different types of collaborations. Those are limitless opportunities. Damn, I would really have to think about that one. That's a tough one.
Yeah, that is.
Honestly,
Now, working on the album, we talked about that. What's next for you on the way before the album?
Well, I've been working on some clothes. I mentioned it before. Might have even spoke about it in the last interview, I'm not sure. But I'm definitely working on this clothing brand. It's called Buena Suerte. But like I was talking to you guys about it earlier, I don't want to make, because everyone and their mom, they have a clothing brand, right? So
true. Yeah.
I got so many homies that I got clothing brands that I support because I genuinely fuck with their clothes, right? Because there's so many people got brands that funnel like it. It's cool, good luck, Me personally, I'm not trying to put out a brand to start a business or nothing like that. It's more so an art project for me, right? Every time I feel inspired to make a song, I love the sirens pass. Every time I feel inspired to make a song, I make it. So if I feel inspired to make a shirt, I want to make it. But when I put out a collection, I don't want to drop something every season just because somebody will buy it. I'm not doing it. So don't expect anything consistent. It's going to be more so like I'm making an album. Right? I'm taking my time with it. I'm gonna make sure it's a fine-tuned idea of what I had envisioned. And that's where I'm at right now. The first collection has been designed for a while. I'm just waiting to roll it out. Probably, I don't know if I'm gonna do it before the album, after, in between, but I definitely, want to do something. I got some really dope shit. Some hats that I made. You've probably seen them in some videos. I was rocking it in a couple music videos too, but that hat, I'm not gonna lie, not to suck my own dick, but I fuck with that hat heavy. It's a beautiful hat, and I'm really excited to just give it to my community and get back to both New York and San Jose and show my music, combining the coast. This is where I'm at creatively, and this is what I'm sharing.
We're at Coney Island right now. What's the most memorable moment you've had being at Coney Island? Since you're from the West Coast, I know you've been here before. What's the most memorable moment you've been here in your lifetime?
I came with my cousin, her fiance, and one of my homies from school. And we just hung out, and I was like, yo, this reminds me a lot of the Santa Cruz Boardwalk, except instead of everyone smoking weed, everyone smokes crack. But not in a bad way, it just adds to the ambiance. Coney Island is just a crazy fucking place. And New Yorkers, they always talk shit about it. And you know what, I disagree. I love Coney Island. The vibe is sick, everything looks super dope. Look at today, it's a beautiful day, weather's nice, people are outside having fun. What more can you ask for?
Not much, man. Any last words, my brother, for this interview? Anything else you want to get out there? Let them know they can follow you on Instagram. Anything else? To wrap it up.
Y'all know where to find me. PrinceMula.com. Mula spelled M-U-L-A. You can find me on Instagram at the Prince Mula. But man, I just want to say shout out to my homie Max. I was showing love.
Locked in since St. John's.
Yeah, man.
It's been a real one.
One thing we talked about earlier was just being around creative people. That's dope. Every time we hang out, every time we have a conversation, it's good vibes. We chop game. We share each other, what we're doing, and it's great to see, players win.
Prince Mula, thank you for stopping by. Stay tuned for that freestyle performance. Mad Max, Coney Island Takeover, Mad Max Radio, Mad Max Productions. You know what it is. Peace out.